Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and I have a word for you on this morning. What a wonderful morning it is. Great morning to be with you on this morning. And this morning, let's filter friends. Let's filter friends. Every now and then, you got to filter your friends. Another way to look at it is who's your bestie? Who is your bestie? Story. I'll come back to the text talk and take away. My bestie, I only have one. I only have one. And he is the best man or was the best man when I got married. He led me to Christ at the young age of 12. He's only a month older than me. But I remember very well when he asked me, was I saved? That question sparked something altogether new in me. Though I'd come up in the church, I'm a PK. But having such a fellow my age ask me about being saved was a total disconnect from what I was used to. Well, that ended up being the change in my life. That changed my life forever and eternity. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And that's my bestie, Stephen Bradley, my bestie. And this morning, I want to talk about your bestie. But before you can get to your bestie, you have to filter your friends. Filter your friends. Now you already know I'm going to give you the text to talk and the takeaway. And what I need you to do is to share it. I need you to share it right now. Come on, man fam. Don't wait. Don't wait to the end. Share right now. And then welcome someone in to say, you know what? Got this great devotion every morning, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time during the weekday. And you ought to join us. Well, I'm going to give you the text to talk, the takeaway, 5 minutes or less. But before I do that, I want to just share something with you here, and that is, um, let's talk about a little bit about our To Lent with Love devotion. I hope you've gotten the devotion. We're about to move into the Passion Week, and you don't want to miss out. You can still get the journal. Get the journal. Here it is right on the screen. Just go with the QR code and jump right into it, even though we're right at the end and we're about to get to Resurrection Sunday. Resurrection Sunday. Well, here we go. Here we go. Let's just get right into the word. How do I filter my friends? How do I filter my friends so I can get to my bestie? Say, well, Bishop, I already know it. Well, pass this on to somebody else. Here's the text, John 15:15. Jesus talking to the disciples. It is at the end of his life, and he is letting them know their relationship and where they stand with him and he with them. John 15:15 says this: I no longer call you servants. Nope, not at all. Because a servant does not know his master's business. I've been telling you my father's business for the past 3 years, he's saying. Instead, I've called you friends. I've called you friends. I've called you a friend. There's no friend closer than a brother. There's three things I want to just share with you that will help you filter your friends so you can get to a bestie, one or two, three or four, how many ever you are trying to get to. The first thing goes with the letter in the word friends. F for forward. Look for people who push you forward. Look for people who push you forward. Pay attention to whether or not they push you forward or themselves. Are they narcissistic? Are they self-serving, or are they selfless and always pushing you forward? Always pushing you forward. That's what Jesus does. Jesus says, you know what? I'm always going to do that. I always want to push you forward. I want you to grow. First Peter 2:2 says that you should be growing in grace and in all ways. That's what a good friend is, always pushing you forward. My mother was a great encourager, and she was known for pushing others forward before herself. The R, the R. That's the second letter in the word friend. We're not going to go all the way through. Just three is recovery. Recovery. You know what? There are a lot of people who will be there when you're sick, but will they be there to help you recover? When you have lost, you remember the story that David, after he was went to battle, he took his mighty men, he left the camp unprotected. When he came back to Ziklag, it was ransacked. The enemy had taken all of their families with them, took their possessions. David's mighty men was getting ready to stone him. He encouraged himself when he put the ephod on and prayed before the Lord. God told him to pursue. God told him to pursue. Why? So he could recover all. So he could recover all. Does your friend, the people that you are hanging with, do they push you forward and do they help you to recover when you've fallen back? When you've done wrong, when you didn't know your way out, they helped you recover as well as they push you forward. Here is the I. The I has to do with interest. Are they interested in what you're interested in? You know, you can find some people who only want to talk about themselves, only want to share about what they're going through, what they're dealing with, their things that are happening great in their lives. But when you start talking, they start getting quiet or shifting the whole conversation. They're not trying to hear what you have to say. Why? Because they're not interested in what you have to say. That's not a friend. So, how do you filter a friend? Well, just start out. Do they push you forward? Are they there to help you recover from your mistakes, from your sin, from the time that you stubbed your toe, that you fell? Do they have the same interest, but more than that, are they interested in you and your interests? What's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this: Jesus should be your best friend since you are his. Jesus should be your best friend since you are his. The Lord be with you today. His face shine upon you, give you peace, share the manna. If it bless you, bless somebody else. Don't be greedy. Don't have all the manna to yourself. Give it to somebody else. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning.